There's
right.
1988. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Sad part
He
is
was just teasing us. He was just teasing us a little bit. He was like, hey, check out these other cool games.
Wonder how many people watching this actually remember 1988. I do.
Hey, man, it was a good year. This game came out. And we're off.
That's right.
Or are we? We were off, but then Kuumba is stuck on the start. Oh, he might have had some trouble with his splits there. His timer is now running. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Pull it together, Kuumba. So I believe Kuumba, he may be playing this on emulator, as you would expect. So I think there are some hotkey things that were happening just there. So he's going to maybe be behind a little bit at this point. I don't know what's going on, man.
Okay, just some little inside baseball here. The man, the myth, the legend, Fiesel asked if Kuumba wanted to restart. Kuumba declined the restart, so
okay,
we are going to continue.
We're going to continue, and then I'm sure at some point Fiesel is going to get these streams synced up so we can see exactly how far apart these runners are. But as for now, you've got to assume that Jack has got a bit of a lead because Kuumba was having those early struggles.
Yeah, so what looks like happened is Kuumba actually double tapped his start button because he did. I did see a .done in the SRL chat. And,
oh, whoops.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, world record of 1 second. There we go.
He did it.
That's right.
All right. Looks like Kuumba is now. Well, okay, we've gotten rid of the timer. Jack having a little bit of struggle with Flashman here. He could take a death. He is one hit away. Oh, and there it is. The death. So if Kuumba can survive, which Kuumba's almost dead too, he can take one more hit. Get out of there, Kuumba!
He got it. He got it.
Whew. Okay, so now now we are going to presume that Kuumba is in the lead here, as Jack is going to have plenty of health to deal with Flashman this time around. But Flashman, he's kind of like that axe-wielding murderer that's coming at you very slowly and you're trying to get your car keys out. Like, that's kind of the feeling when you're fighting Flashman, and then before you know it, he's on top of you and he's just jumping all over you.
And you're like, the person in the movie is sprinting away. He's walking. How does he keep catching up?
Well, he stops time and then he catches up to you. That's how he does it. So Kuumba, you can see
Flashman time stopper.
Kuumba is going to Airman second, so we're going to have a route divergence. So Airman second is a much safer route to take because what you're going to be doing is instead of doing that open air section with the item ones as you saw Jack doing in practice, you're going to be just kind of gunning these guys down. He switched to item 3. Maybe he was going to do some item 3 stuff there. I was like, whoa, this is new tech I haven't heard about. But yeah, so he's just going to take it easy. You know, you stick on these platforms. And this is kind of the tortoise and the hare thing here. You're the hare. You're like, all right, slow and steady.
I mean, you're the tortoise.
Sorry. Yeah, I always get those mixed up. So meanwhile, Jack is approaching his item 3 throw here and takes it a little bit safe, but he gets it. So Kuumba going to pause a couple times here. That resets your fall velocity and allows you to travel a little bit further horizontally and survive that jump. So he's through the first dangerous section there.
Nicely done. Handsome Jack gets the item 3 and gets the zip.
He's ready for Yoku blocks. Kuumba gonna take some intentional damage here so that he can pass through this section. Still got plenty of health.
Yeah, I still can't fathom doing Heatman stage here without item 2.
Yeah, item 2 does make it a lot more pleasant, I would say. So Kuumba is going to have that luxury, of course, when he does get item 2 from Airman. And Jack electing not to use the flash strat, so he's going to be a little bit low on health. He's going to have to be mindful here. I don't think he goes for the buffer jumps, but let's find out. As these guys both hitting the boss doors at the same time, this is kind of cool.
Sort of sync. Half sync, I guess. Sort of like needing a half win icon.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Kuumba getting a pretty unfavorable pattern here, unfortunately. He's going to have to be careful. He's getting a little bit low on health. Don't touch Airman, whatever you do. Okay. He can take another tornado hit, but he could not have taken an Airman body shot.
And as you
All right,
as
he
you were
survives.
saying, handsome Jack over here, not doing the buffer jumps, just playing it safe here on Heatman. Can't really blame him.
Yeah, and then he takes that final hit just because he can afford to, and obviously the closer you are to Heatman, the less time he spends in his dash animation. So
Right.
that's ideal. But both players surviving, both of those are the second and third stages. No matter what route you take, you're always kind of sweating a little bit. There's things that can go wrong, deaths that can happen. It's kind of scary, but Kuumba, he's probably got to be feeling pretty good right now, especially since he has that item too.
Sure.
And Jack, of course, is now Jack is going to be feeling the nerves because he's going to Airman. He knows it's that section. He was just practicing it, but things don't always go as well as they do in practice, right?
Not at all. They never do.
Never.
No, because you got no pressure on you in the practice. I can just hit my reload state button because I'm practicing this one section. I can just keep reloading in practice, but I got to get it first time right when I'm in the actual race. Kuumba opting not to try the item 3 throw.
I don't blame him. It's a small time save. It's about 2 seconds if you do it perfectly. All right, here goes Jack. Wow, he landed on the first lip there, so he's saving himself some help. He can actually take damage on this next guy if he wants to. He didn't want to, but he did anyway, but he can afford to. He did not get the good bird damage boost, though, so he's going to have to... There's a couple things he can do. He's going to elect to go back to Buster and shoot that down. And take the health, just in case. That's interesting. Probably not necessary, but just being a little extra safe. He knows that he does have this route advantage on Kuumba. So, he's already kind of got that built-in 5+ seconds. So why not? Why not take it?
Sure, and Kuumba's showing you why item 2 is wonderful for Heatman stage.
Yeah, and he even gets the 1-up. Now, Kuumba flashed a little early there. That's not how you do that strat. He's going to have to be careful. I'm going to assume that he does not, and both of them getting a 1-up. That's lucky for Jack. He's going to probably not do the buffer jumps against Heatman. That would not be wise unless he's very used to doing them. So plenty of health for Jack going into this Airman fight. His controller would have to be probably unplugged in order for him to die in this fight. I think.
Don't say that. See?
Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm the worst. But he gets a good pattern right off the bat there. He's not even electing to take damage. So yeah, I think he's in good shape here.
Oh man,
he could even take a body hit from Airman. He'd still be okay.
Yeah, but Kuumba over here, woo,
he survives.
He's been close. Woo.
He's good. So these guys are actually somehow fairly even after all this. Jack teleported out, and Kuumba maybe 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, so about like that, but with the. Oh no, I'm sorry. Their routes have converged now, so yeah,
they are going to converge on Clash. Yeah, they're going to converge on Clash right now. And as you saw in the last race, Clash, although it's not a stage that's really in danger of killing you, it's a stage that has a lot of places you can make mistakes and costly ones. And wow, Jack just narrowly avoided a massive mistake. He had actually put his cursor on Woodman, but he didn't select him. He kind of like backed out and went back down to Clash. So losing a little bit of time there, but let's see who's got the better execution in this. And Kuumba is going for Biggie? What? Okay, he didn't get it. I don't... Okay, I am too confused right now. Kuumba just did Airman second, and then he goes for Biggie? How? He gets the zip, needless to say. Okay.
Sure.
So Jack
you
through.
Never know.
Yeah, Jack is through. He got the first section there. For those of you that are wondering what in the world is going on in this section, they're both just advancing the screens. The screens are stacked on top of one another. They're not actually placed in the way that it appears when you're playing the video game. So each time you're walking the distance of a screen, you're actually advancing Mega Man to the next screen, and then you just take a death where you're near the checkpoint, and you pop out at the checkpoint.
And because you zipped in a certain point, the screen display lies to you about what room you're actually in. But if you know where you're located and you just jump where the platform should be and take the ladders where they should be, you eventually advance the stage. But as you said, you take the death, so it resets you to where you're supposed to be. and you actually get to the end of the stage much quicker.
That's true. So in some cases, like in Woodman, you can actually, for just a brief moment as you screen transition, you can see the screen that you're actually on, and then it kind of resets and shows you the screen that you're not on.
Yeah, exactly. Quickman does that too.
Yes, that's right. So both of the players taking care of Clash without much incident, and they're going to be headed into Quick. Quick is very, very dangerous. We know that because there's a soft lock in the stage. There are 2 zip setups that are rather difficult. There is the laser section in which we saw Cool Kid take a death. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that happens.
Yeah, so only about 3 seconds separating these two.
Yeah, it's tough to say exactly. I mean, we're basically assuming that Fiesel has these synced up somehow, but I think. Oh yeah, good point. We're gonna have to look at SRL for the dot duns, and if it's that close, then we are gonna have to get a frame count by getting a hold of these VODs. So we're a long ways off from that, though, as Jack is getting ready to set up the first zip here, and it looks like he's got a good setup. He's just gonna need to hit this A trigger. Got it.
And gets the lights on too.
And Kuumba with a nice setup as well. He also triggers successfully, turning the lights back on. And so far, so good for both of these guys. So now both of them got an additional 1-up. They don't really have to get this 1-up here. So I'd be surprised to see Jack go for it. He does not.
Nope.
He also got the 1-up at the beginning of the stage. I didn't pay attention if Kuumba got it. Did you?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't think they did.
All right. I think I saw Jack get it, but Kuumba did not. So Jack again setting up this zip here. He looks like he's okay. Just don't overzip the door. Oh, he's got a long way to wiggle. Kuumba might actually catch up here because of how much Jack has to wiggle. So this zip really didn't save him time, as a matter of fact. And Kuumba takes the lead, almost. Not quite. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. He's what? Frames behind.
Well, until he had to switch over to Crash Bombs.
The fake lead. Oh, and a missed shot by Jack. This is a dangerous one, but he gets a lot of hits in there. That was really lucky movement by Quickman. And
actually,
nice
that mistake. Yeah, nice fight for both of them. That mistake by Handsome Jack actually turned out to his benefit.
Man, so this is for those of you just joining us. This is Game 4. We had a tie in Game 3 between these two. And they're living up to the hype so far with just being only a few seconds apart as they head into Metal Man stage. Oh no, Kuumba is going to go wood, so we're going to have a route divergence. Of course.
Shout out to Mr. Cab. Tournament canceled. Just watching these two race for eternity.
That might be good. That might be a good idea, but I don't think the other players would appreciate it much. So we will continue the tournament, everybody. But for now, let's focus on these two guys. Yeah. They're putting on a heck of a race. Kuumba gonna break out the flash strats. Jack gets the setup here. Don't soft lock. He did not. Okay. Looks like Kuumba got enough of a mini zip there that he should be able to get past this last dog just barely. And
he does. Very nice.
So now it's for the tricky part of the Woodman setup here. This is where you have to do all kinds of shenanigans. He gets the first part, triggers that.
I call shenanigans.
But you have called it correctly, because these are most definitely shenanigans, no question about it. He's through the tougher part, and Kuumba looking like he can finish off a good wood here as Jack is into Metal Man.
See if he gets it. Yep, very nice.
Good kill there. Kuumba just a few more screens here, and he'll have himself a good wood. Just got to die at the right point. You can't die too early here, and he died right on the spot. He is into the boss corridor.
All right. Handsome Jack going to be starting Woodman about the time that Kuumba ends it. This will not take long to kill Woodman.
No, it shouldn't take too long at all. A little longer than usual, but that's okay. Yeah. Kuumba is through. So keep in mind that Woodman is a bit of a longer stage, so even though it appears that Jack has quite a lead, he doesn't. Metal Man is technically a shorter stage, presuming that Kuumba can execute it well.
Yep.
But for now, we're going to have to see what Jack elects to do. Does he pull out the flash stopper? No, he does not. He is going to go for dog scrolls. This is surprising. This is one of the more difficult strats here, and maybe he feels that he needs a little bit of an edge, and just barely getting that first scroll. He's going to have to take it pretty slow here on this one. He gets through. Once you get to the third screen, you're safe. If you overzip the third screen like he just did there, you can see you can just transition the screen anyway. So that is going to save him just a little bit of time, maybe. He had some struggles with his dog scroll, so even though it's 5 seconds faster to do dog scrolls, that's only when you do everything perfectly.
Exactly.
He had some difficult transitions there, so it'll be interesting to see. We're gonna see who's ahead going into Bubble Man. I can't quite call it. Can you?
No, I can't. Kuumba opted not to do the short zip there. But again, as we were talking about earlier, it's only a half-second save in time, so got to judge in a race. Is it really worth it? The risk of not getting it.
Yeah, I think for these guys, they're saying no, it's not. It's not. So you can see now the actual lead that Jack has. His fight is probably about the same. It might be a little faster to fight Woodman than Metal Man, just by just a hair.
Yeah. And less of a chance of this happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't... Yeah, Woodman cannot jump that high, thankfully. He's a pretty hefty fellow. He keeps his jumps pretty low.
Yeah. Alright, so Handsome Jack dropped in... Bubbleman dropped in at about 16:10 on his screen. And at about 16:18 on Kuumba's. We're assuming that these are synced up properly because we had a little bit of a timer issue earlier on in the race with Kuumba, but we're going with this right now.
We are indeed. So yeah, we'll probably be looking at the SRL finish time here, presumably, unless they pull out one of their, within frames races again, but...
yeah.
Which is what we're hoping for. I mean, we want to see a crazy race.
Of course. Absolutely.
All right, good zip by Jack there. Kuumba is now set up his zip. Let's see if he can trigger it. He's got it. Jack taking it a little bit slow and safe here. Let's see if Kuumba... Yeah, Kuumba's being a little more aggressive. He does get knocked back, though. Kuumba's health is a little bit low for this section. He cannot really afford to mess around too much, especially... Bubble Man, his bubbles will deal 4 damage, which Kuumba can fade that. His shots will deal 2 damage, but a body hit from Bubble Man might be it.
Yep, that would make Kuumba toast here. So let's see what kind of patterns we get from Bubble. We got a 2 bubble from Handsome Jack, and with all his health, he can basically face tank it.
And nice job by Kuumba.
Whew. Yeah, that second bubble was coming down, though.
It was. Looks like he has 5 health, though. He would have survived it.
Yep, you're right.
Just by a hair. I've seen that happen, actually. It's so weird the way that things always work out because of the damage values in this game. So it's like, you'll see people finish Bubble Man with 1 health.
Right.
But that doesn't happen too often, because usually you'll end with an even number of health. But both of them into Wily stages, so... This is where things are going to get wild. No question about it. We've seen craziness.
Eyebrow time.
The eyebrows. They're just letting you know what's about to go down. It's like, hey, check this out. So the question is, who really invented this eyebrow stuff? Was it Piston Honda or was it Dr. Wily? That's what I want to know.
Ooh,
maybe the chat can help us decide.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Jack with a fall, and Kuumba is in the lead all of a sudden.
Yep.
So Jack, he just didn't jump off of that item 2. What can happen is if you're holding right on item 2, you can't quite fall off of it, but you can get into this kind of funky animation where you can't jump out, and Kuumba's setting up this zip nicely. He's going to maintain his lead. Jack also gets the setup. Oh, but Kuumba doesn't get out of the ladder wrap properly, so Jack could take some time back here. Yeah. Jack catching up just ever so slightly. Now is the danger section.
Yeah, the graveyard of empires here, as our previous race showed. Oh, Kuumba takes a fall.
Kuumba back up. Jack wisely noticing that his item 1 was not placed well enough, and he just jumps to the ladder. Kuumba, oh
no! This is exactly what happened to Colonel Fatso in our last race. Fell twice here against Cool Kid in Wily 1, and that could have been the difference in that race.
That could have been. Now, Kuumba wisely this time going straight for the ladder. He did not try to set that zip up again, so he is minimizing his time loss, but that is still a very, very hefty time loss. So Jack is going to have a pretty substantial lead now going forward. As long as he doesn't die to the dragon. He got pretty close there. You don't want to kiss the dragon.
Yeah, no, not at all. But dragon is down. Kuumba about to take dragon down. Ooh.
So here we go. We've got Kuumba ready for his dragon fight as Jack heads in. And oh, Kuumba takes the death!
Oh, no!
Oh boy, Kuumba. He's going to have to get this item 1. Hopefully he realizes that. He does, okay.
He does, good. There is no other way to cross that other than item 1.
Yeah, thankfully the developers placed that there. That would have been a pretty huge oversight if they didn't give you some item 1 after you die.
But considering how bad the developers screw with you, and oh no, Handsome Jack taking a death there. Of course, this is not a bad one. It's a game over that refills all of his weapon energy.
Yep, best game over in the game.
Yep,
that's the one to take, especially when you're in the lead. It's a nice one to take.
Right.
And yeah, he's still got that. Now, it would have been interesting to see if Kuumba had defeated the dragon. I believe he would have been ahead after that.
I think you're correct.
Because he just got a little bit too close, and that's one of those decisions that people have to make in this tournament. You know, if you go to the top block, you can actually be safe from the dragon.
Right.
But most people elect to go to the bottom block, which puts you in danger of dying in 2 ways. 1, you can fall into the gap when you're going from the middle block to the bottom block, and 2, you can just get too close to the dragon and he touches you once, you're dead.
Yep.
So this time he does go top block. I hope he knows to get out of there. It's a little bit of a tricky strat if you're not familiar with it, but you can. It is technically possible to kill the dragon just as fast from the top block as you can from the bottom block. You just have to know what you're doing and be able to mash fast enough. So Jack this time has made it through. Yeah, it's all about that mashing. Jack's made it through here. He's going to be taking on Pico Pico-kun just as Kuumba starts the stage. So I would say probably a good 2-minute lead at this point for Jack. It's going to take some Wily 4 shenanigans for Kuumba to come back, but we've seen that happen enough times.
Yeah, well, the fall, the 2 falls in the big gap, and then the death on the dragon. Tough to
overcome.
Yeah. No, I thought Kuumba had come out of that zip too early, but no, he caught the ladder, so.
Yeah, it always looks pretty tight. It's one of those zips that's scary because first you're walking on the spikes and then you're cutting it really close with the zip, but it's actually not as bad as it looks, thankfully. Some zips are as bad as they look, but that one not quite so bad. So Jack probably feeling pretty good about his lead at this point, heading into Wily 3. One of the less dangerous Wily stages, as it were, but you never want to underestimate any Dr. Wily stage. That's a bad idea.
Especially this one with couple hundred of these insta-kill mines around.
Yeah, you don't want to touch those. You don't want to fall in a gap. Looks like Jack is okay, though.
Kuumba starting Pico Pico-kun missed shots there in the beginning.
I've never seen anyone die in this section that Jack's in right now.
Oh, it can happen, trust me. I speak from experience.
Okay. It is possible.
Yeah, it is possible. But then again, remember, there's a reason I'm sitting here doing commentary and I'm not in the race. Or in the tournament.
Hey, I think a lot of people wouldn't blame you. And Jack, did he go for the zip?
He did.
That is a dangerous zip, and that actually loses him time, because unless you hit the door, you're in pretty big trouble. But I guess he's just showboating at this point. He's just like, check me out, man. I'm going to go for Wily 3 zip. What's up? What do you got, Kuumba?
That's right. Well, he knows, he knows how far ahead he is at the moment. So
Yeah, he's just flexing on him right now. So
yeah,
Kuumba
we
just
assume
now.
he knows.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people probably do some amount of screen watching because in this game it doesn't matter. It's not like randomizer,
Right.
Or, it would give you some kind of advantage. Like if you know your opponent's ahead or behind, the only thing you can do is play better.
Right, exactly. No, perfectly legitimate to be looking at your opponent's stream and seeing where he or she is. Absolutely legitimate.
So Jack having a little bit of struggle with that first item 3 drop, and it looks like he's just going to skip the rest of them because he's pretty low on item 3 energy. So you have to be careful because you really want to have enough to do this zip, and he's got just enough to do this one and the one at the very top, which is important. So Kuumba electing not to go for that zip wisely, but he does get hit a couple times, unfortunately. So Jack will be able to trigger this zip here. And he does.
1, 2, 3 jump guts for Kuumba.
Nice mashing. And Jack is, Jack doesn't have any item 1. He's actually in a very troublesome spot. I didn't realize he was so low on item 1. When did this happen?
I don't know.
Oh no, he's on item 3.
He's
I'm
on
sorry.
3. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know he did that item 3 strat there. I was like, wait a second. What did we miss?
He fooled both of us, Sin.
He got us.
Got him.
So I would say actually the lead is not quite 2 minutes for Jack.
No.
It's probably a little less, but is he gonna make it up there?
I don't know.
He did. Oh, but he falls out. Okay, so but he's got so much item 1 it doesn't matter because he did take that game. He took the game over in Wily too, so of course he's got plenty of item 1.
Yep.
All right, triggers the zip successfully this time.
A little bit of wiggle, and he's in.
Into the door now. Don't mess up this zip. Okay, he's good on that. He gets the double.
Mm-hmm.
Jack in great shape now.
Oh, yeah.
He is not going to take that first damage for the damage transfer. Let's see if he... Oh, he did miss that shot, though, so no double there. Yeah. Let's see if he goes for the damage transfer here, or if he's going to run out of crap. No, he is going to go for it. If he doesn't get this, he's in trouble because he'd be out of crash bombs, but he gets it.
Got it.
And Kuumba unfortunately taking a death. Another run claimed by Wily 4.
They don't call it Purple Hell for nothing.
They surely don't. And Kuumba just doing a fancy zip there to take a game over. You gotta love that. That was brilliant. Kuumba, he set up a top of ladder state there so that he could zip out of bounds and take the death to game over, but he's not continuing. I think... Is this going to be a forfeit for Kuumba? Nope, there he goes. There he goes. It's like, come on, dude. There's still Wily 5 and 6, man. There's a lot of bad things that can happen to your opponent. Although I think Kuumba has given up hope at this point.
He may have, but we'll see how this continues to go.
Now, let's see what Jack is getting these health. If I was Jack, I would get literally every single health drop at this point.
Why not?
There's no reason not to.
Absolutely not.
Get them all. You don't have 2 clash bombs for Wily. Get it. There it is. Yeah, he's just...
Yeah.
He's getting them. He knows.
Why take a single chance?
Okay, so Kuumba again is doing crazy wacky zips here. He's out of bounds somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where he even is at this point. He's not on the screen that he looks like he's on. I believe he's on the next screen. So if he could potentially die here. No, okay, he gets to the ladder. So now we see he's on. Yeah, he's one screen ahead. He's jumping through there, just kind of getting some style points there.
Sure.
He's gonna walk through here. So doing Wily 4 out of bounds is not advised, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a good idea. Oh, and then he zips down there. Man, this is pretty cool, actually.
This is some
next level strats right here.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on? Is he going to survive? Is he going to make it to the end of the... Okay, no, he had to. I guess he had to take a death to come out of the checkpoint there. So Kuumba just going for some style points at this point here, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going to give way to Jack.
Yeah, he has.
We're playing Rockman 3.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
a .quit in the SRL chat. So
That's unfortunate. For those of you wondering, there is no wrong warp in Magnet Man stage to Wily 6. So we're not going to see anything that fancy. Kuumba is indeed done, but Jack taking it a little safe there. He goes ahead and uses the heat. 2 charged heat shots will take care of phase 1 of Wily Machine. But interestingly enough, heat does not damage phase 2 of Wily Machine.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Why would one thing work and then work again? I mean, you know. All right, let's see Jack finish it off here.
Wait a minute, Sin. Did we end up in the Mega Man 1 through 6 race by accident? Is that what happened here?
You know, I don't know where we are after what Kuumba just pulled off. I am totally confused as to our whereabouts. So yeah, Kuumba maybe just has a really big lead at this point then if he's already in Rockman 3.
Yeah.
All right, Jack is successfully into the alien fight. Can he finish it off for the win? Game 4. Let's see him take it down.
Yeah, which, just like the last race we commentated, Sin, started off with such sync. It was so close, and then, man, Wily won.
Wily 1 will get you. It will get you. Many runners know the perils of Wily 1. And congratulations to Jack. He finishes off, looks like with about a 16. That'll probably be like an 18 in SRL. That is actually the best time of their games. So Jack really earned it today. You know, he put up the best performance out of either of them for the 4 games they played in this match.
Yeah, well played, well raced by these guys. You hate to see somebody forfeit, but considering where Kuumba was at the time that he quit, you can certainly understand why he would consider doing that. And but GG's to Handsome Jackass for moving on, and probably the most heated competition between 2 runners we've seen so far. Obviously, these 2 guys tied in Game 3, necessitating this Game 4. So both these guys, heck of competitors in this race. We're looking forward to seeing Handsome Jack in the next round. And Kuumba will get a second chance?
I think this was an elimination game. I'm checking the bracket right now. Let's see. So this was indeed an elimination game. So Jack will advance to take on the winner of Prissy and Casio, and they are playing tomorrow at 6 p.m. So he will know his opponent tomorrow night, and then that will be the last chance for him to be able to advance. So we are going to give this one to Jack, and I think maybe there's going to be an interview. Let's find out.
Certain. We can let us find out.
See if Jack wants to say something after that epic battle there.
Sure. I'm working on that right now, Sin.
All right, sounds good. So for those of you wondering, we do have a lot more Rockman 2 action coming up. We have at 11 p.m. Eastern tonight, Fast at CC taking on Llama Pals. That'll be on Speed Gaming 2. And then tomorrow, we have Nero X2 against Tokyo, Prizia versus Casio, as I mentioned, and Dactyly against Endy Sui. They will all be going down tomorrow. So plenty more Rockman 2 action to come. Make sure you follow the runners, follow all the Speed Gaming channels, and we'll have it all right here for you.
Okay, looks like Handsome Jack will be coming on in for an interview. Kuumba has declined. Understood. Might be a little bit tilted at the moment, but seriously, GG's to him.
Okay. And just as a heads up, we are going to be hosting the Mega Man X4 tournament after we wrap up here. So we have plenty more action. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get to talk to Jack in just a moment here, and then have some more Mega Man action.
All right, here we go. I'm pulling him on in. Handsome Jack, welcome. GG's to you. Congrats on your victory, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, what a way to end it with a match 4. Yeah, GG to Kuumba. I mean, he made it exciting. It was so close that entire race until Wiley was fortunate for him.
So presumably you were screen watching a little bit there, checking out where your opponent was.
Yeah, I had the restream up.
Well, great job. I don't know if you're aware of this, but out of all the games that you guys played, that was indeed the best time.
Oh, excellent. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's I had to figure that. Actually, it said I got a race PB in.
There you have it. So yeah. Congrats on the victory. Congrats on the race PB, and you're going to advance to face the winner of Prizzy and Casio, which I believe is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that one and see who I'm facing next. Am I facing the winner or the loser?
I'm sorry, you're facing the loser. That's my mistake.
Oh,
yeah,
no
the winner will advance. The winner will advance to the bracket stage. You'll face the loser in a match that will determine which of you two will advance to the bracket stage. So that'll be pretty exciting, man. You've had some exciting matches so far, and you're gonna have another one.
Yeah. I mean, my race against Casio went 3 matches too, so it's gonna be exciting either way. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So any closing thoughts here for you for this race?
No, just thank you for hosting this. Thank you to Gaming. Thank you to Kuumba, because I mean, those were some crazy matches. I had a lot of fun, and it was really hyped up for most of the week, just waiting for the opportunity to play that game 4. It was really cool.
Yeah. It was absolutely a pleasure calling that race, man. Obviously, the hype was real going into that after the photo finish on your last race. This one wasn't nearly as close. I just gotta wonder from you, like what went through your mind. Obviously, you were watching your opponent's stream. Did you see him falling on Wily 1 and dying to the dragon?
Oh, I thought I was done early on when I died in Flash. Then it's really kind of hard to keep track because we went on different routes. Him going to air second and me heat. So I knew I had to execute there and airman not die. So the practice paid off there. But no, I was really nervous, especially dying on that Flashman fight right away. And I did sort of breathe a sigh of relief when I saw the multiple falls. Dragon Kiss. So
yeah, Wily 1 will get you, man. Those Wily stages. You seem to keep your cool pretty well during those Wily stages, though. You had, I believe, the one death in the beginning of Wily 2, which is, if you're gonna take a death, that's pretty much the one to take, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what went wrong there. Sometimes I don't know. I only hit that zip like 50% of the time, but it's not costly, so I'd rather go for it and save the time in Wily 1. Plus, it refills my item 1, and it allows me to show a little bit of swag by doing the Wily 3 zip, because I have that extra item 1, so I don't know.
That's true.
It's fun.
Now, that is a little dangerous. I was surprised to see you go for that one, because if you over-zip there, then you have to take a death and go back to the checkpoint. So, were you thinking about that at all, or were you just like, I'm just going to style on this right now?
No, I actually did it on a couple other runs when I died in Wily 2. So I told myself, if I die in Wily 2, I'm just going to do it. It's about having fun anyway. Would that have changed if we're still neck and neck? Yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone for it then, but I just wanted to have fun.
Well, that was definitely fun for us, because we were not expecting it, and we saw it, and I think the chat was also not expecting it either, so good on you for showing that off.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you guys for commentating. It was great. It's a lot of fun.
You're quite welcome, sir. It was a pleasure, absolutely.
All right.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as Sister One mentioned before, we are going to transition over to Mega Man X4 here on Speed Gaming. But, well, I was going to give our Victor a chance to say some last words, but he has decided to say adios himself. So, Sinister, it was an absolute honor being able to call some commentary here with you today. The man, the myth, the legend, Sinister One, as well as, of course, we have to shout out the man, the myth, the legend, Feasel, who is running the streams here today, not only here on Speed Gaming, but on all 4 Speed Gaming channels. I think the man is not human.
I doubt that sometimes myself. The way that he's able to manage all these channels and all these tournaments is really incredible, and it's just great for the community. I'm sure everybody appreciates it quite a bit, what he does. So yeah, and it's been great commentating with you. Phantom Ryu is my first opportunity I've had to commentate with you, and it was a really fun time, man. Thank you for joining me at the last moment. You stepped in there so I didn't have to be all by myself. So that was really gracious of you.
Yeah, no, man, I got the Nick Flash. I was getting ready to enter the Link to the Past Rando weekly. I got the Nick Flash. I was like, all right, no, I gotta commentate with Sinister One. So
gotta jump in here.
Yeah, I freaking unreadied from the race or unentered the race. I'm like, no. I gotta have this chance. So it was glad to be able to do it, man. So I very much appreciate the offer.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you'll be able to jump in and commentate some more matches. We have tons more matches coming up, right? We've already specified that. So I don't know if Mega Man X4 is ready. I know it's scheduled for about 5 minutes from now. I'm not sure if they're readying up. Maybe we can check with Feasel here and see, because I don't know if he wants to kill the broadcaster, just wait and switch it over. Oh, he's saying X4 is a little bit delayed. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So with X4 being delayed, then as Feasel said, we're just going to host Final Fantasy 1 a little bit and then switch over to that. So once again, I'm Sinister One. I've been joined by Phantom Ryu, and we thank you very, very much for watching. Have an excellent rest of your day, and check out this Final Fantasy 1.
All right. See you guys soon. Stay tuned for more action here on Speed Gaming. Phantom Ryu out.